Hey there. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Alicia, and I'm here with Richard of Richard A. Myers and Associates LLC. Richard, how are you?
I'm wonderful. And yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for joining me again on the blog. So today, the topic that you've prepared for us, we're talking about wills and trusts. And when people start, writing out their wills or trusts, they might wonder, well, should I get this recorded? And that's the question. Pretty simple for you today is, should I record my will or trust?
We get asked that question a lot. So thank you again for bringing this, suggesting this topic. We have that, a lot of people believe they should record their wills, which means filing it down at the county courthouse. And it was a wonderful practice that was quite prominent when we didn't have copy machines. So we had to hand type the will. So we would want to make sure that it was preserved. And we were always a little concerned if somebody left it at the house and now there was a disaster at the home, the will would be lost. And how do we replace it? Because now there was only one image of it. Well, nowadays we have copy machines and we digitize things, so we don't necessarily have to record those down. One of the reasons we don't use that service much anymore is what happens when I change my will. It becomes a very complicated process to get that one that's been filed with the court back. So if we don't want to confuse our families. So when they look at the county docket, they're going to see a will was there, and well, they may not know that we did a newer one. So we haven't used that practice very much now because we'll preserve an image of it for you. We give the originals to the client. We will hold on to a digital image so that if something happens and now your original is destroyed, we can document that we have an appropriate image of it and certify that with the court. One of the other questions is, well, should I record my trust? No, trusts are about privacy, but that gets common question. Do we take this down to the recorder's office and record it? We wouldn't want to do that because trusts are about privacy. We wouldn't want to disclose all that information. And also then everyone can see it. Should I record my power of attorney? Frequently, or there are times when we will have to record it. If someone is signing a deed on my behalf, if I'm appointing a guardian, then that document has to become public. So one of the very unique services at Richard Myers and Associates is we do a supplemental power of attorney. So we have the full power of attorney that talks about bank accounts and life insurance policies. We never want that to become public, especially in this age of identity theft and anyone being able to get access and get a certified copy. So we do a supplemental power of attorney so that what has to be recorded, if I'm recording a deed, then their authority is part of that chain of title. So we've got a good chain of title, but I haven't exposed my client to risk of somebody getting the balance of their powers of attorney. With a trust, but the only thing we would ever record is we do an abbreviation called a memorandum of trust that would tell, again, if we're now doing a deed, it would spell out who the trustees are. So again, in the public record, they can see those public records. So we are very limited anymore on what gets recorded, but we get that question all the time. So we just don't, we discourage it because it's not as necessary as it used to be. So hopefully that's helpful for our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you made it pretty clear, why you've kind of moved away, or why the industry has really moved away from recording wills, trusts, and thank you so much for answering that question. Like you said, you get it a lot, so it makes sense for us to jump on here and just kind of put it out there on the website so people can kind of understand why you steer them away from that nowadays. So if you're watching right now and you're interested in learning more, or you have any questions for Richard and his team, make sure you're getting in contact with them. You can give them a call. You can also explore the rest of the website at rmohiolaw.com. And thank you so much for joining us.